The State Gaming Commission says that mobile sports betting generated a record $26.3 billion last year. That's an increase of 15% from just the previous year. And it comes as lawmakers in Albany are putting a focus on responsible gaming, such as betting limits and stricter prediction market rules. So joining me now to talk more about this is Stephen Master. He is an adjunct professor at NYU, teaching courses on sports betting and on sports marketing. So thank you for coming on the Rush Hour.
Thank you.
Let's start with those numbers that we got from the state. Talk about how quickly this is growing. Is it on target with expectations? Is it faster than expectations? There's a huge appetite for it.
I think it's actually faster than expectations, right? It grew 15% from 2025 through 2024. I mean, gaming's only been legal in New York State since 2022. So in 3 years, it's enormous growth, and it is the single biggest state from a gaming perspective in the country, right? California is not legal yet, Texas isn't legal yet, and Florida is legal but only has one operator. So of the 4 kind of biggest states in the country, New York is out in front.
Wow, and it got there really quickly. And now Governor Hochul wants to put in some sort of safeguards to protect minors. She wants companies to be forced to use biometrics and some other measures to ensure that anybody under the age of 21 isn't able to get on those apps. I mean, I don't know, is that even possible to do? Do those biometric tools work, and can you enforce that in these companies?
I hope so. I mean, I think that the gaming companies have no interest in having underage gamblers, right?
Yeah.
They are all about responsible gaming. They want to make sure that underage gamblers are not having access to the apps. So I'm sure they'll work with the government and whoever else in her department who will implement these rules. It makes sense for the whole ecosystem to have things in place or a framework in place to ensure underage gaming is not happening.
Yeah. What are you seeing in the space? What is happening? Are there any trends? Are there any areas of strength or weakness that you're noticing?
Well, I think the biggest thing that we've seen over the last really 3 or 4 months is the prediction markets. You mentioned it briefly with Kalshi and Polymarket coming into the market. Mm-hmm. And they have a different set of rules. The framework is completely different than with sports betting. So as an example, Kalshi and Polymarket, to use their apps, you only need to be 18, right? So I know New York State is fighting those companies and the whole idea of the prediction markets, but so far they haven't won. And Kalshi and Polymarket are widely available in New York State, and it's a different set of rules and different framework than sports betting.
And this all comes against the backdrop of a massive change that's coming to New York. We've got 3 casino licenses now in the city, Vegas-style casinos.
Right.
How will that impact this market that you're talking about, which is online sports betting? Will it just get bigger, or what's your forecast in that area?
It's actually going to have minimal impact, believe it or not, because for the most part, certainly it'll drive some people on during the week, on the weekends when there's games, to go there in Vegas style, like you said. Mm-hmm. But the majority still do it from their couch or from a sports bar, right? 90+% will still be from the mobile phone. It's just so much, you have the casino essentially in your pocket.
Right.
And we've seen in other places where they have some kind of big online betting and land-based casinos that the majority are still online. But
the fact that it's so easy and in your pocket is, I've interviewed people who are betting on like Russian ping pong at 3 a.m. It's unlimited once you start, right? And that's where the real risk of addiction kicks in, when you can do it sort of in the comfort of your own home with nobody watching. Do you think that there are enough safeguards in place to protect people who may fall victim to that?
Addiction is a real problem, like any of the vices, whether it's drinking, drugs, those are legal too for someone who's over 21. So hopefully I would say the betting companies are up for the challenge, right? They have all kinds of 800 numbers and things to call for addiction, but at the end of the day, it's really on that person to be able to control themselves. And for the most part, it's a very, 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 very small percentage that have a problem, but for those that have a problem, we've got to address it.
Yeah, and I would wonder how we find out how small that percentage actually is. Really interesting stuff. NYU adjunct professor Stephen Master. Appreciate you coming on the
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Let Spectrum News be your resource for balanced, in-depth political coverage, and click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV to learn more about the candidates, where they stand on the issues, and more. We'll see you then.